In this video, I'm going to show you how to get solar leads for practically $0. And if you stay tuned to the very end, I'm also going to reveal to you a secret method that you can deploy today to get a few extra deals in the bag. If you're new to the channel, I have over 400 videos on solar lead generation, sales, and building a remote solar business from scratch. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Of course, there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat and to generate leads. Most of the good ways, obviously, are usually associated with you spending money, right? We're talking about Facebook ads, SMS campaigns, ringless voicemails campaigns, mailers even, right? I mean, there's so many things you can deploy that you can generate leads, but they all have one thing in common. They all cost money. But what if you could generate leads without spending a dime out of your pocket? And yes, this is absolutely possible. But as you know, if you're not spending equity, which is your hard-earned money, then you're going to have to put in sweat equity, which is your time, effort, and energy. But if you're starting out and you just don't have a lot of money, or you're already spending money on Facebook ads, you already have someone on the dialer for you, you're already doing all these paid methods, and now you just want to squeeze the potential out of basically your day-to-day activities. And I'm going to show you a few different methods that you can deploy to get in a few extra deals in the bag every month. The first way of generating leads is reaching out to realtors on LinkedIn. And you can do this two different ways. One is through an automated campaign, and two, you can do it manually. You can actually reach out, you can get a sales navigator, and you start connecting with a lot of realtors. And the goal will be to eventually connect with them, invite them into a call, and pitch them the opportunity of utilizing their network. Because if they're a realtor and are successful at that, they probably already have a lot of clients that they've worked with over the years. And even if it's not a client, even if they just have a relationship with that individual, but they never ended up doing business, now it's the time to make sure that they can actually send you a referral, because that customer of theirs or that contact of theirs might be interested in going solar. So the best way to usually do that is, like I said, one is the manual route of going, which is basically doing everything yourself. Of course, that's going to cost you a lot more time, which is your energy, like your sweat equity, like I like to say. The other method is by actually going on Fiverr and hiring somebody to set up an automated LinkedIn campaign that reaches out to realtors in particular locations. All right. Now, the caveat, once you've already have that, right, it's pretty simple idea. Of course, you're going to pay them, anywhere between $1,000 and $3,000, right? Even if you might be thinking, well, $3,000 is a lot of money. Okay, you can pay them $2,000, all right? Even if you say, well, that's still too much money. Well, let me ask you this. What if for every $2,000 that you have to pay, and by the way, that's not out-of-pocket money either. That is somebody that was brought to your doorstep, and all you had to do is just talk to them. You didn't have to spend a dime out of your pocket to have that person sit in front of you and listen to you speak about solar. So let's say on average, you make $10,000 on a deal, and you have to pay out that realtor $2,000 to make it worthwhile for them to actually put in the good word out and start reaching out to their network. So what if for every $2,000 that you spend, you get $10,000 back? Well, I don't know about you, but in my book, if I can put in $1 into a machine and get $5 back every single time, I'm going to do it until the machine breaks. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that you're not spending money out of your pocket. Wake up, all right? $2,000 is not expensive. So what you need to do, a very important factor of the entire process, is you got to make sure that you make it extremely easy for them to three-way you into a group chat and basically do an intro for you so you can start connecting with their network, all right? The best way to do that is you have to send them a copy and paste message that they could send. I know it sounds so close to the mind, so common sense, but a lot of people don't do it. And a lot of people are like, that's too much work for me to do, so I just won't do it. Even though could be easy money if that realtor reaches out to all of their clients or the closest people, for example, in their network. That's easy money, right? That's an extra 5, 10, 15, 20 deals. It's easy money for them, but they just won't do it because you didn't make it easy enough for them to do it. And so what I'm telling you is go to ChatGPT, right? After an intro template, send it off to every realtor you get in contact with. So now it's easy for them to intro you in the conversation that you can then take over and actually get the prospect on the phone and sell them the idea of going solar. Now, the second way is beyond the realtor is if you're a homeowner or if you're a renter, you probably have people that come to your house, service providers, maybe window cleaning, maybe roofers, maybe people to do something around the house, right? Plumbing, etc. And what you do is they're probably dealing with a lot of homeowners. And you say, hey, listen, man, by the way, if you have homeowners that you're close to, I could do the same thing. You could do the same thing that you did with the realtor. Now that's going to be a service provider that also works with homeowners. Again, $0 out of your pocket, all right? All you do is you're just making connections, all right? It's the same exact thing. Just reach out to businesses that already have homeowners as their customer base. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pitch them on the idea, putting a little bit of effort on their part to be able to earn big without doing anything besides making the intro. And last but not least, if you're working with an installer, most installers, you got to know this, they don't have a sales team. So they're very weak on the sales side. They rely on other sales reps and dealers to actually do the work for them. So what you're going to do is say, hey, listen, I have my own sales org. I sell, I'm willing to do this. If you have any leads in your pipeline or in your CRM, they're just rotting there, right? For whatever reason, you had them at one point in time, they were going to go solar or they were interested, but they just fell through the cracks and nothing really happened. If you could send me that database of people, I'll just go and have guys. You could say you have a team of people that could call the leads. You could say you can take the data and you could start calling them. They don't care as far as they're concerned because the leads are just rotting there anyway. All right. So it's the same thing. If you didn't take that data, you didn't pay anybody. Again, $0 out of your pocket. You're going to take that data, right? And at one point or another, those people had an intent of going solar, all right? And that's the third way of actually reaching a customer base that could potentially be interested in going solar right now at this moment that you didn't have to spend any money out of your own pocket. So the last and fourth way of generating leads, again, that's going to come at a little bit of a cost, but not as much as running Facebook ads or Google ads or any other methods of advertising. It's super simple, but for that, we're going to have to jump back on a computer. All right, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to a website called propwire.com. Here, what you can do is you can extract homeowner leads based on your settings, and it's basically free. The way they make money is they have you basically find the homeowners, and then if you want to skip trace, so get you all their phone numbers and any means of reaching out to these people, they would charge you a 10 cent per contact. But here's the kicker. You can pull all the leads from here without the phone numbers, and then you can go to mojosales.com. I'm not affiliated with these sites, by the way. It's just a really cool method that I've learned recently that I thought I wanted to share with you guys, so you can get more leads for practically free. So what you can do is you can get a triple line dialer with Mojo Sales, all right? Which if you don't have a dialer and you're going to do this, you're gonna have to get a dialer anyway. I've never used Mojo Sales. I know a lot of people do. I think it's a really good dialer, or at least above average. And what you can do is you got to get the license, which is $149. That's your seat essentially to be able to use a dialer. And then you're gonna take all of those leads that you extracted from PropWire, and you're gonna get the skip tracer option on top of your seat, which is $149 plus $49, right? So that's like $200 a month. And basically with the skip tracer from Mojo, you can get up to, as far as I'm aware, up to 10,000 leads per day. Okay, so that's 3,000 unique leads per month, which is more than enough to go around, which is practically unlimited data at this point. So all you need to do, again, PropWire and Mojo sells. Okay, that's all you need to do. Get the dialer, get the triple line dialer, get the skip tracer, and you're pretty much good to go. All right. If you want my team to actually do everything for you, build your entire remote solar business and hand it to you on a silver platter, already producing deals, if you're interested in that, click the link down in the description below. We have some openings and we'd love to see if that will be a good fit for you as well. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next video.